Round two. Got ourselves a nice keep here. Debating whether I go Jade Bear into Mistbinder or Mistbinder into Jade Bear. It's actually a tough choice. Maybe it depends on what we draw first turn. Like if I draw a green mana, I probably just want to go Jade Bear and Mistbinder into Swift Warden. That to me seems the wisest, but I think I'm going to play it anyway. Basically, it just allows me to beat in next turn. I'm staying pretty busy over the next few turns if I draw any land, so we'll go for it. And I have ways to get value off Jade Bear later, like I guess a Crashing Tide, which seems unlikely, but also the Storm Sculptor. Very good. Sure. Okay. So here we'll go Pioneer. Alright, Slippery Scoundrel in general is a pretty good card. I'm a little bit less worried about it with what we're doing, just because we're pretty aggressive. Alright, so I have 4 I can do now. Could just do the Artisan. Best use of mana is Artisan. It also allows us to maybe draw a green mana and go Mistbinder and protect it with Swift Warden. If I play Mistbinder and beat, we're in pretty good shape if I do that. Does not make the best use of mana. I probably just play the Artisan and smash with a Pioneer. I actually do think that's the best play. Like I said, it kind of opens us up for more to do next turn. It also puts a Hill Giant on the board, which is certainly not irrelevant. So, even if we don't draw green mana, being able to play Mistbinder and protect it with Crashing Tide, I think is pretty significant. I may even be patient now that I know that they're black too, because they would have a lot of removal. So I may go the patient route here. Like I said, I'm not too worried about Slippery Scoundrel in general, because honestly, we should be beating. I guess if they have Mark of the Vampire, yeah, that would be. That's true. They're in black, so that could be trouble. Champion of Dusk. All right. It's a pretty reasonably powerful card. So Jade Bear is good. Yeah, I think we'll just go Jade Bear, pump the Pioneer, and then we'll go Mistbinder and smash with both. They don't really have great blocks here. Yeah, at this point they're like, I'm getting a dude off the board. I've had enough of this. So, ideally, if they try and use removal, they try and do it on our turn so we can protect it with Swift Warden, but we'll see if we get that luxury or not. It would be pretty difficult to beat a Slippery Scoundrel with a Mark of the Vampire if it has Ascend, but I mean, if they're running like Prosperous Pirates, you can get Ascend really quick. You just jump from 5 to 8 in one card, which is huge. In their case, they would straight up have it. So they're prosperous pirates away from City's Blessing there. I'm really happy they're passing their turn. That's really just going to make this turn much better for us. So we're going to attack with all this stuff. And I really think this Swift Warden is going to be the difference between winning or losing here. And they're like, you know what? Done. Okay, so blue-black, pirates, presumably. We've seen a couple. Champion of Dusk is fine outside of vampires. 5-mana, 4/4, draw a card, lose a life. Still very good. Double Expel from Arazka is not super common. So they're going maybe like a blue-black Ascend deck. Maybe they've got like Dust Charger or Spire Winders in there. Could be not so pirate intensive. We could do Negate. It's certainly reasonable. Blue and black. I mean, they showed us the bounce. I think it's safe to assume they're going to have some kill spells in there. Negate is very good. I mean, typically blue-black is going to have a lot more non-creature spells than certain other archetypes. So if I play Negate, I can cut maybe like Crash, Ramparts, or a Crashing Tide. Either one's fine. They did show us some pretty decent Into the Battlefield effects, right? Or not? Sailor means, which you don't really want a Crashing Tide, and Champion of Dusk, which I'm not a huge fan of Crashing Tiding. Crashing Tiding, I guess is how you would say it. Either. Uh, I feel like Crash is a little bit more of a liability because of their multiple bounce. All right, I'm going to cut the Crash to Ramparts. I actually don't know if that's right, but Crashing Tide you can also use defensively. You can't really use Crash or Ramparts defensively. So I'm going to just do it like this. It's a keep. Needs some help, but we're going to keep it. Opponent's keeping as well. All right. All right. Swift Warden's a good draw. At least gives us something to do on turn 3. I guess we're going Swift Warden into Waker of the Wilds, but I could also... I mean, there really is not a rush to play Waker of the Wilds, is there? I don't think that there is. Maybe it's wiser to just go Riverwise Augur, start getting some other cards, basically. But like I said, like playing Waker, especially when you don't have mana to like activate right away, there's really not a big reason to do that, especially against a deck that likely has some pretty good spot removal. We are going to play the Swift Warden, though, despite it being able to, protect us and all that good stuff. I'm not even going to wait for like a block or anything. We're just going to play our dude and get him out there now. Okay, we probably just Augur here. Waker of the Wilds is going to be our late game plan. Well, that's pretty fantastic. So let's put a couple lands on top. I guess actually, why don't we just put the Vanquisher's banner on top? That way... Yeah, we'll draw banner next turn. Banner is pretty huge. And then we can go, yeah, that's nasty. We can go, that's really sick. We can go Jade Bear, Storm Skull. So Jade Bear draw, Storm Sculptor draw. That is so nasty. I mean, I guess if you're not going to block, you attack, but they don't. I mean, would they block my auger? Does that mean they would block my auger if I wasn't playing the banner? It's hard to say. It doesn't really matter because we're going to obviously play the banner here and start to do just really unfair things. Get that merfolk. Get in there. Wait, why would I even bounce the Jade Bear? Why don't we just... Yeah, that's nasty, actually. That's, surprisingly, I haven't gotten that kind of value off of Storm Sculptor in a while. Oh, they must have, like, Skullduggery. That's all right. So I think what we're going to do is play the Storm Sculptor, and then we're going to bounce our Swift Warden and play a Jade Bear. So we're still going to just draw cards all day. I mean, yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Vanquisher's Banner just does so much work. So much work. And you get to just draw even if they have a counterspell. Man, that is mean. Okay. So next turn we can go Incursion plus Swift Warden too. It's pretty good. Ooh, Scoundrel for days, huh? Sure. All right. So 7 lands to do with as we please. What is the most optimal? Probably Artisan Swift Warden, I think. This pumps out the most damage. And then there's a Deep-Root Waters too. Could do that. That also is pretty good. But I think we're going to leave up the Swift Warden here. And then I can even play Waker next turn and make like a 2/2 elemental with hastiness. So maybe a 1/1. It's pretty tough to have enough mana to play this and abuse it. I mean, if they play something fat, I can always just Crashing Tide too. Like, they would get the City's Blessing, so I think I'm just actually going to Crashing Tide. This takes them off Ascend. Does let them get in with the Windstrider, but I think it's actually okay. Kind of wish we could beat in for a little bit more, to be honest. Wait, I should have bounced the Wind Strider because it still would have kept them off Ascend and made them pay 5 mana. Huh. Well, how do I get enough damage in? So 8 mana. Hmm. So I can play Storms. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the best. Okay. So we get in for 6. We play Storm Sculptor. We bounce Jade Bearer. Replay Jade Bearer. Pump Storm Sculptor. Leave up Swift Warden. That seems reasonable. Okay, they're taking it. So play the Storm Sculptor. Draw the card. Bounce the Jade Bearer. Play the Jade Bearer. Pump the Storm Sculptor. Negates. Cool. Can't leave it up though. I could also play the Pioneer. I'm trying to think if that's better or worse. I mean, if they have a bounce spell, they can do it on my turn because I'm going to be playing into turn Swift Warden. So let's say they play a Scoundrel and they get in for 8, and I've played the Pioneer. I mean, it's more damage on board than the Swift Warden. Swift Warden protects us from sorcery speed removal. Let's just pass. I'm going to leave up Swift Warden. Another thing is I don't have to play Swift Warden. Like if they don't do anything and if they play the Slippery Scoundrel and they don't do anything else, I can just leave up Swift Warden. And they just can't deal with our Storm Sculptor. Unless if they have like even if they have 2 removal, we have the negate and the Swift Warden. Not until our turn, but still. I guess they could play a Slippery Scoundrel, attack with their flyers, and leave back their Slippery Scoundrel. Both of them. And they would have enough blockers. So that would force me to play the Swift Warden. Okay. Guess that's fine. Alright, so we just don't play the dude. Because we have lethal on board, so yeah, I think we're actually fine now. So we play the Swift Warden. And then even if they have another thing, we have the negate. All right, they say GG's, so I assume that means we're good. All right, and that does it. All right, we'll see you round 3.